DonInLondon, hello, February the 11th, 2009. My videos all about recovery from addiction either to substance or behaviour. My primary addiction, substance, alcohol, my behaviour. Always trying to be perfect, never so. And learning how to live life as life is these days. So it's been a bit of a late start doing the video today, and simply I've been to an early meeting of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, my fellowship. Well, it's not mine, it is the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous. I don't speak for it, but it has helped me learn to live life one day at a time and keep myself in the moment of now. And it's a gift, being able to go to a meeting early, share experience, strength and hope, and see how life can turn out today. And at meetings of AA, as I don't speak for it, I can share how it works, which is important to me, and maybe to people trying to understand how to get out of addiction. This is the preamble we share at every meeting. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And it's good to get out to a meeting. It's a beautiful morning, the sky is powder blue, and I can see it as it is. I'm not running at life at the moment, I'm just trying to make life work in the day. So lots of things have occurred over the last month or two. Out of a relationship and accepting where that relationship is today. It's ended, and I cannot do anything about it, so some sort of acceptance around that. And at the same time, you know, when somebody goes out of our lives, we have a big gap. The danger always is to try to fill the gap with something else, which may be good for us or actually bad for us. So I'm living with a gap, and it's good because I'm letting more light into my life right now, just gently, and doing some simple chores and making sure I build up my basic routine around other things which are important to me, like self-managing type 1 diabetes and keeping a log of how things are with my clinical depression, changing medication and making sure that as I go downwards in my mood, that the depression doesn't become all-consuming, and having the understanding that I can get support from wherever I need it. But primarily, for me, I need to keep in recovery. So if I keep in recovery one day at a time, even though the depression can be as bad as can be, I still have a chance to make this one day work as best as it can be. It doesn't always mean it's going to be happy. What it means is I can meet life on life's terms. Pardon me. I use the literature of AA in these videos just to illustrate what sort of help I can get. And from the literature, like this one, Daily Reflections, it covers one of the 12 steps of the action program of AA, 12 steps of action for individuals. And there are also 12 traditions which help hold the fellowship together. And it's about self-healing with the support of other people. That's how the program works. We're not here to heal other people, but by sharing our experience, wisdom and hope, maybe they get an inkling of what may help them help themselves. And I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic. Lots of people say that, and sometimes it's not so obvious that we're grateful when we're in the middle of a depression or something has changed radically and we have great sadness, but there is also joy around it. It's a good day. And February is all about step 2 in the Daily Reflection book, this one. So I'll just read out what it says for today. It says the limits of self-reliance, and that was really much of the topic today in the meeting I was at. We asked ourselves why we had them, fears. Wasn't it because self-reliance failed us? It goes on to say, all of my character defects separate me from God's will. When I ignore my association with Him, I face the world and my alcoholism alone, and must depend on self-reliance. I have never found security and happiness through self-will, and the only result is a life of fear and discontent. God provides the path back to Him and to His gift of serenity and comfort. First, however, I must be willing to acknowledge my fears and understand their source and power over me. I frequently ask God for help to help me understand how I separate myself from him. And, you know, whether you believe in God or not is not maybe the issue. For me, the issue is getting help and support from where it can be most understood and be helpful. So for recovery, I go to the Fellowship of AA, and that's a higher power for me. Truth is a higher power. I think truth remains my understanding of God. God is truth, God is love. God is working through people, and there are plenty of people about with lots of information and understanding and guidance for me to take on. So I don't have a fight with higher powers these days. And as step 2 says, came to believe a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. I've got lots of that going on in my life. And step 2 reads here, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. What can we believe in? Well, I can believe in many things. And AA does not demand belief. Indeed, there is no demand from anybody. It's simply suggestions. 12 steps are only suggestions, importance of an open mind. And my mind is now more open than it ever was before. And it enables me to see the gap inside me, which has been created by changes in my life circumstances. Variety of ways to faith. Well, I have faith in human nature and good conscience. Substitution of AA as a higher power, certainly. Plight of the disillusioned. And, you know, we all can get disillusioned on a daily basis, and maybe we can do something about it if we are open to change. Roadblocks of indifference and prejudice, and, you know, my indifference and prejudice against myself, and then trying to blame it on myself or others, did me no good. Lost faith found in AA. Definitely. Problems of intellectuality and self-sufficiency. Definitely. Defiance is an outstanding characteristic of alcoholics, because we know we ought to be able to do this, so therefore why can't we? And we go running on self-will, and self-will will fail, because it's willpower, willing ourselves, rather than just being open to life and what it has to offer, and being in good company. Step 2 is a rallying point to sanity, right relation to God, good conscience, or truth, or as you see, your higher power. And those are gifts, if you like. That came from the 12 by 12, that's just a short version in this. And as Bill sees it, this book for today, co-founder, we cannot stand still. In the first days of AA, I wasn't much bothered about the areas of life in which I was standing still. There were always the alibi. After all, I said to myself, I'm far too busy with much more important matters. That was my near-perfect prescription for comfort and complacency. And this is talking about not changing, actually, complacency, procrastination, all those things which can get in the way. How many of us would presume to declare, well, I'm sober and I'm happy. What more can I want? Or do? I'm fine the way I am. We know that the price of such self-satisfaction is an inevitable backslide, punctuated at some point by a very rude awakening. We have to grow or else deteriorate. For us, the status quo can only be for today, never for tomorrow. Change we must, we cannot stand still. And that is so true, because you know, if we stand still, we can fill the gap with nothing. If we are motivated and moving along, we find something which we can cherish and be a part of and make use of, and that's often knowledge and love and understanding from other people. So it all fits in with my understanding of cherishing others. And there is a paragraph in this 12 by 12 which I wondered if I might have time to share. Here it goes. Then I woke up. I had to admit that AA showed results, prodigious results. I saw that my attitude regarding these had been anything but scientific. It wasn't AA that had closed my mind, it was me. The minute I stopped arguing, I could begin to see and feel. Right there, step 2 gently and very gradually began to infiltrate my life. I cannot say upon what occasion or upon what day I came to believe in a power greater than myself, but I certainly have that belief now. To acquire it, I only had to stop fighting and practice the rest of the AA program as enthusiastically as I could. And I guess, you know, as I say at the end of meetings, is the serenity prayer, which is, God, good conscience, or in truth, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And if I'm lucky on a daily basis, I just work with that. And if I work at it, it is really worthwhile. More later.